This is the Hater's Guide to Home Depot. There's some secrets buried deep in that big orange store that we're going to uncover in this video. It's going to save you time and money. But to get there, we need to go way back to the beginning where it all started, where the owners of Home Depot were fired from their previous jobs. Let's go. So two of Home Depot's founders, Arthur Blank and Bernie Marcus, were fired from a store called Handy Dan's. It was a home improvement store from back in the 70s. That store started struggling a little bit, so they brought in someone to right the ship, and well, they fired those two in 1978. So Mr. Blank and Mr. Marcus got together and decided they wanted to open their own home improvement store with a few changes. They wanted their stores to be bigger and have more selection than their competitors. They wanted to sell home improvement products at lower prices. And get this, they wanted their employees to be well trained so that they could answer questions from customers about home improvement projects.
I know more than you.
All right.
So in 1979, only 1 year after being fired, they opened their first two stores in Atlanta, Georgia, and the Home Depot was born. Now, Blank and Marcus didn't do this by themselves. They had two other people involved, an investment banker, Ken Langone, I think it's his name, and a merchandising expert, Pat Farah. In 1981, the Home Depot stock went public at $12 a share, which helped them raise $4 million. Now, the Home Depot did something fairly early on that really changed their trajectory as far as their company goes, in my opinion, and that is in about 1986, they started focusing on the pro customer, and this makes a big difference later. By 1989, just 10 years after Home Depot first started, they had 100 stores open in the United States. By 2005, they had 2,000 stores open, and today they have over 2,300 stores in the United States, Canada, and Mexico, which makes them the largest home improvement retailer ever. And if we back up just a little bit, as a side note, in 2001, Arthur Blank retired as co-chairman of the Home Depot and bought the Atlanta Falcons for a small $545 million. Here's a fun fact for you. In 2010, the Home Depot became the first brick and mortar retailer with a smartphone app on all three major platforms, iOS, Android, and if you can guess the third, yeah, you're that old. Home Depot was also the first in retail history to come up with the Spring Black Friday promotion. In 2020, the Home Depot dipped their toe in the water of e-commerce just in a small test section in Las Vegas, and that worked out so well that today they are the fifth largest e-commerce business in the United States. They are only behind Amazon, eBay, Walmart, and Etsy, and fifth is the Home Depot. That is impressive. In 2017, Home Depot surpassed $100 billion in revenue.
$100 billion!
And as of 2022, it's $157.4 billion of revenue annually. Now, what separates Home Depot from Lowe's? Well, Home Depot is actually geared more to the pro customer versus the homeowner. Now, they do cater to the homeowners, obviously, but they have more pro services and they have more locations, which means they're easier for people to access on a daily basis. The pro customer only makes up 10% of the Home Depot's customer base. However, 50% of the Home Depot's sales come from the pro customer as of 2021. It's the latest data we got. This means that the pro contractors are making larger purchases at one time. In other words, they're ordering things in bulk. They're making bigger purchases every time they go versus the homeowner picking up things here and there. Now, supposedly Lowe's is set up less warehousey. In other words, it's more accommodating to the homeowner going in to make them feel a little more comfortable. Although in my region, I don't see this. They both look very similar in the store, other than one's orange and one is blue. Another thing Home Depot is doing that's different than Lowe's is they're investing heavily in their distribution network. They're building distribution centers nationwide so that they can restock their stores faster and so that they can deliver large orders to those contractors that are a key part of their business and get their orders to them faster because they're closer to them. Now, the Home Depot also has exclusive rights to some very popular tool brands like RYOBI and Rigid. They also carry Homelite and Behr paints. They also carry brands you may have heard of called HDX, like the storage line of things, and Husky, which is what this whole setup back here is, a Husky box. In 2020, the Ego line of power tools left the Home Depot and went to Lowe's. A lot of people really didn't like that move and thought it was a bad idea. But the last time I walked into my local Home Depot, I could not believe how many RYOBI outdoor power tools were there. And I thought that was a very strong play on both the Home Depot and RYOBI's business model. There are so many tools using the same battery platform. It is unreal how many tools they have. Now, whether Ego and RYOBI are the same quality of tools, I'll leave that up for you to discuss in the comments. A couple more tool brands you won't find in Lowe's that you're going to find in the Home Depot is Milwaukee, a very, very popular brand of tools that are beloved around the world. Also Makita, you won't find those in Lowe's either. So that's one of the main reasons a lot of people choose Home Depot over Lowe's is because of the tool selection. DeWalt, Milwaukee, Makita, RYOBI, Rigid, multiple other tool brands, all in the same store. It's just easier for the pro and the consumer alike. I didn't mean DeWalt was exclusive to Home Depot, I just meant that you could get them there, because you can get them in Lowe's too. But point being, you can get all the tools at Home Depot, and some you can at Lowe's, like Cobalt. Who's buying Cobalt tools? Now, the Home Depot has one of the best mobile apps I've seen, especially if you use it in store and have location services turned on your device. When you walk into the store and you open the app, it totally changes from what you see outside of the store. You can get a very detailed store map that you can find any product you're looking for. It makes it much easier to navigate your individual store. It also has a barcode scanner that allows you to scan any product that they have and show you the current online price. And the reason that is important is a lot of times the online price is less than the store price. If that's the case, normally the Home Depot store will not price match their own website for some weird reason. All you do is buy it on the app and choose in-store pickup, and about 30 minutes later, it's ready to pick up. That's how you can save some money. You can also favorite products on your app so that when you go into the store, you can quickly check them out on your device, kind of like making a shopping list for tools. And there's a store savings section that will show you whatever savings or sales are going on in that specific store. Speaking of in the store, if you've ever seen price tags with different numbers on there, they have a meaning. They're not random. There is a purpose for them being on there, and I've touched on this in a previous video, but there's been a few tweaks that I want to cover. First and foremost, there's a date on there, and that date signifies at what point that sticker was put on there. For starters, on the price tags, if you see a price that ends in 0.97 or 0.98, that is the regular sales price of that item. It's not on sale, it is that price. It doesn't matter if it has a colored yellow sticker on it or not. It's that price all the time. If you see a price that ends in 0.00, that means it's just now entering the clearance phase of its life cycle. Don't be in a hurry to buy this product if you can wait. It's gonna go cheaper later. And I'm gonna tell you how to know that. If the price ends in 0.06 cents, it is 6 weeks away from going lower than this. It has been discounted up to about 50% in most cases, anywhere in that range. But it is not at its lowest price yet. It's a good price, but not the lowest. If you see the 0.03 or 0.02 on the price tag, that item has 2 to 3 weeks left, depending on the number, in that store. So if you want it, you better buy it. Now keep in mind the ending numbers, 0.02, 0.03, have nothing to do with the numbers in front of the decimal, 28, 38, 58. So if at 0.06, it is 3506, and 3 weeks later, it may be 1503. So just keep that in mind. Another tip for you is anyone can use the ProDesk buying products of $1,500 or more. And the ProDesk can reduce your costs up to 10%. So that could be a really big savings on a big project. If you're remodeling a bathroom or building a deck or something like that, I would take that item to the ProDesk if you reach that threshold. Another tip you may not be aware of is each cashier has the leeway to reduce the price or give you a discount up to $50. That doesn't mean they have to. It doesn't mean they're going to give you $50 off a $50 item. But they have the leeway to give you some discounts there if you ask. But please be nice and don't just expect them to do it. It's something they can do but don't have to do. Nice will get you much further than being rude. Another thing a lot of people don't know is the Home Depot doesn't keep their overstock in the store. They have a lot of overstock items online. I'll link to the exact place on their website in the description below. You can go check it out, where you can find some really good deals on a lot of items that are overstocked. And this includes tools, storage, and anything really that Home Depot has that they've got too much of. You gotta go check this out and save you a lot of money. Another thing that Home Depot does is they have exclusive sales at certain times of the year. Right now through July 17th of 23, they have what's called RYOBI days. They have special deals that you won't find any other time of the year. And one of my favorite deals is the RYOBI 3 battery starter kit, the high performance batteries, and the brushless line of tools. If you buy the battery pack, you get one of the 20 something, something like this 18 gauge nail gun or the circular saw. Like just all really nice tools for a very good price. 199 bucks for one tool plus the 3 batteries. Just a good deal. They have a lot of deals going on right now. I'll link to my favorites in the description for both RYOBI and Rigid, so you can go check them out, see if they're right for you. Here's another great tip to save you some money. If you're shopping online or on the app, change locations on your store. For instance, my local store, Little Rock, Arkansas store, I can change it to say St. Louis, Missouri or Oklahoma City or wherever. And sometimes I will get a lower price online using a different store. Then I can just have it shipped to me. I just got it at a lower price just because I took a few minutes to change locations on the app or on the website. So give it a try, see if it works for you. One of the biggest secrets is smashing that subscribe button, clicking that bell icon so you don't miss tool deals and videos like this. Do it now. It seems to me from the outside looking in that the Home Depot is setting themselves up strategically to dominate the home improvement space. Adding all of those distribution warehouses across the nation, more of those, so that they can get closer to their pro customers is a key strategy in my opinion. I think this will help them dominate for a while to come. I think a lot of people way underestimate the power of an exclusive brand like RYOBI because of how many tools they have in their platform, both outdoor tools, cordless tools, just tools for days, RYOBI days. They got tools for RYOBI days, like they're all over the place. And there are so many of them, so readily available at a good price that most people who buy them never have trouble out of them because they're not professionals buying these tools. Most are homeowners. While some use them in a professional setting, a lot of homeowners will go in and pick this up because this battery still works in tools purchased in 1996 of RYOBI's brands. That is a huge selling point in my opinion for their tools, and they just keep getting better and better every year. And they keep adding more and more to their tool lineup. They are a force to be reckoned with in the tool space, and I think a lot of people underestimate that as a draw to the Home Depot. And do you say the Home Depot or just Home Depot? Because I say it both ways. If you have any secret tips and tricks that Home Depot uses that we don't know about, leave those in the comments below. I'll use those in the next video. If you enjoyed this Hater's Guide, you gotta check out my others in this series, Hater's Guide to RYOBI, Hater's Guide to Harbor Freight, and some others. Click that box, get you the big old virtual fist bump. Or 10 Home Depot secrets you probably don't know. Check that box.